Imagine standing on the sandy shore of a vast, pitch-black lake at the stroke of midnight. The world is so still it feels frozen in time. In your hand, you cradle a smooth, weighty stone, the stone you're about to cast into the void. You draw back your arm and release. Instantly, you hear the sharp crack of water shattering the silence. Gasps. Looking down, you catch sight of tiny rings pulsing outward from where the rock plunged in, barely more than a whisper of motion at your feet. Shrugging, you turn and walk away, convinced the moment has passed, that the rock sank and life carried on unchanged. But under cover of darkness, those faint ripples didn't die at your toes. They traveled, inch by silent inch, growing stronger. By the time they reached the opposite bank, they had transformed into ferocious waves that pummeled docks, rocked anchored boats like cradles in a storm, and jolted awake everyone sleeping inside. What looked like a simple act at your feet became an unstoppable force miles away. I need you to sit down and focus every ounce of your attention right now, because you're moving through your days with a colossal blind spot about your own power. You believe you live a quiet, insignificant life. You clock into work, sip your coffee in solitude, tend to your healing, and keep to yourself. In your mind, your presence barely registers beyond your immediate circle, and your footprint is tiny. But I'm here to shatter that illusion. The spiritual imprint you're leaving is gigantic, like those ripples you never noticed. Your impact is shaking rooms you haven't entered for years. And because your waves are rocking their boats, there's an entire faction of people out there who are raging with jealousy, fiercely angry at your ascent. The longer you shine, the more their systems implode. The link is pinned at the top of the comments. Do not postpone until tomorrow what you must do today. Download it now. Right? I am chosen, and I will download the digital book. We need a raw, unfiltered conversation about a force I call atmospheric disruption, and why your quiet authenticity is triggering psychological chaos in every toxic person around you. To understand their fury, study the fragile architecture of a fake life. Narcissists, manipulators, and chronically insecure souls pour all their premium energy into building a house of cards. They sculpt their image, twist opinions to suit them, and feed on gossip, competition, and inflated egos. They demand everyone play along with their illusion just so they can feel a shred of power. The link is in the first pinned comment, and I am warning you once again. Download it now. Right? I am chosen, and I will download the digital book. And then you step into the room. You don't swagger. You don't shout. You simply enter, carrying the undeniable weight of the Holy Spirit within you. Your presence radiates a frequency of unbreakable integrity, raw truth, and deep, compassionate confidence. In an instant, you become a walking atmospheric disruption, the gravity of your character altering the very air around you. The house of cards trembles, their fragile facades wobble as you stand firm. Your energy is now at its highest level, but the real work is only beginning. To maintain this frequency and permanently break through every obstacle, you will need the 21-day guide. It is not available to everyone. If you feel the calling, click my private link below and message me directly. I am waiting for you on the other side of the gate. You bring such pure light that the toxic souls stare at you, paralyzed by panic. You don't bow to their status games. You don't giggle at their cruel jokes. You don't wade into petty drama. You simply stand, silent and luminous, unmoved by their crumbling power structures. The link is in the first pinned comment, and I am warning you once again. Download it now. Right? I am chosen, and I will download the digital book. And remember, the digital book, the Chosen One's Handbook, 21-Day Activation Guide, is waiting for you up there at the top of the comments, ready to guide you into the new life that is beginning right now. Right? I am chosen, and I will download the digital book. You just sit there existing in pure light. When you step into a room with that blazing light around you, their rehearsed, artificial routines suddenly look brittle, cheap, and utterly out of place. You don't even need to open your mouth. In fact, your silent, charged presence acts like a high-powered spotlight, exposing every single insecurity they've ever tried to hide. Full stop. That is exactly why they're so furious. They're foaming at the mouth because they have no idea how to snuff out your flame. They've tried everything. They've thrown mud at your reputation, hoping to soil your name. And yet every clumsy smear only served as fertilizer for your personal growth. They attempted to exile you, convinced that isolating you, leaving you in the shadows, would strip away your spirit. Meanwhile, you used that solitude as a crucible, forging an ironclad mindset that only strengthened you. Now they watch you from a distance, stunned to see you radiating. And make no mistake, the jealousy is eating away at them, gnawing a hole through their very core. They're seething over your resilience. They're completely rattled by the fact that you took the same trauma that would have crushed most people, and you transmuted it into a masterclass in grace, dignity, and unshakable faith. The link is in the first pinned comment, and I am warning you once again. Download it now. Right? I am chosen, and I will download the digital book. But you might ask yourself, if my influence is so colossal, why did the creator hide it from me for all these years? Why did I feel so small, so invisible, as if I were nothing more than a solitary drop splashing into a vast, indifferent ocean? It's simple. God veiled your eyes for your own protection. Imagine if, at 20 years old, with your character still untested, you'd glimpsed the full scope of your spiritual authority. Your human ego would have hijacked everything. You'd have flaunted your gifts to manipulate people, to build an empire of arrogance, and ultimately become the very monster you were destined to vanquish. So he sent you into the wilderness. He let you sit alone with your thoughts, convinced you were an unremarkable soul dropping tiny pebbles into an endless lake. But in that darkness, he hammered your character into unbreakable steel. And now the veil is tearing away. You're waking up to the true scale of your existence. You see how, when you speak, whole rooms go silent. How friends and strangers alike pour out their hearts to you, sensing a depth of wisdom unlike anything they've encountered. You're seeing how the boundaries you put in place, especially around toxic family dynamics, did more than just protect you. They shattered a generational curse that will echo blessings down through your children and your grandchildren. Your influence isn't a local event. It's a seismic, generational earthquake. Your energy is now at its highest level. But the real work is only beginning. To maintain this frequency and permanently break through every obstacle, you will need the 21-day guide. It is not available to everyone. If you feel the calling, click my private link below and message me directly. I am waiting for you on the other side of the gate. You are standing at the threshold of something monumental. The only shift left is this: stop apologizing for the space you occupy. You owe no one an excuse for burning brightly, for expanding fully into the person you were born to be. The link is in the first pinned comment, and I am warning you once again. Download it now. Right? I am chosen, and I will download the digital book. And remember, the digital book, the Chosen One's Handbook, 21-Day Activation Guide, is waiting for you up there at the top of the comments, ready to guide you into the new life that is beginning right now. Right? I am chosen, and I will download the digital book. You have to completely stop apologizing for the space you take up. When an empathetic person realizes they are intimidating someone, their first instinct is to shrink. You try to dumb yourself down. You've been dimming your voice, hiding your blessings, shrinking yourself so you don't set off the jealous souls in the room. You think if you make yourself smaller, they'll finally accept you. Today I'm giving you one non-negotiable decree. Never touch that dimmer switch again. If your brilliance pains their eyes, that's a flaw in their vision, not a fault in your light. They can slip on sunglasses, or they can walk right out the door, but you will not lower your frequency to cradle their insecurities. The people bitter about your transformation crave every blessing of your anointing without ever enduring the crucible you survived. They want the peace, yet refuse the grueling, agonizing work of healing their own wounds. They sit in the cheap seats, flinging popcorn at the ones sweating it out in the arena. Their jealousy is the ultimate, undeniable confirmation that you are exactly where you were meant to be. You are a chosen one. You were not drafted to blend in. You were drafted to stand out, to blaze like a comet in a night sky. The link is in the first pinned comment, and I am warning you once again. Download it now. Right? I am chosen, and I will download the digital book. Let them rage in their group chats. Let them dissect your every move on social media. Their anger is powerless against the bulletproof favor that envelopes you. Right now, place your hand on your chest and feel the steady, triumphant beat of your survival. You didn't just weather the storm. You became the lighthouse guiding others to safety. Your energy is now at its highest level. But the real work is only beginning. To maintain this frequency and permanently break through every obstacle, you will need the 21-day guide. It is not available to everyone. If you feel the calling, click my private link below and message me directly. I am waiting for you on the other side of the gate. Their envy echoes your destiny. It proves you're standing exactly where the universe intended. You are the anomaly, the exception to every rule. You were designed to shatter ceilings, disrupt patterns, and rewrite the possible. The link is in the first pinned comment, and I am warning you once again. Download it now. Right? I am chosen, and I will download the digital book. I'm curious. When did you first sense your impact was greater than you ever imagined? Was it that email from a stranger telling you a single utterance saved their life? Or the moment you walked away from a toxic situation and watched it collapse without you holding it up? Share your raw, powerful truth in the comments. We're here to document these awakenings so someone else can drop their false humility and step fully into their power. The link is pinned at the top of the comments. Do not postpone until tomorrow what you must do today. Download it now. Right? I am chosen, and I will download the digital book. Pick up the heaviest stone you can find and hurl it into the water. Watch the ripples expand, just as you were born to do. And remember, the digital book, the Chosen One's Handbook, 21-Day Activation Guide, is waiting for you up there at the top of the comments, ready to guide you into the new life that is beginning right now. Right? I am chosen, and I will download the digital book. Now stand tall, Chosen One. Your journey to unstoppable destiny starts the moment you embrace your full, unfiltered light.